very special topic because we would really want our associates, lalo na no, the direction of USANA is really to solidify your business. Okay, alam naman po natin no, that this network marketing business or this MLM business that we have is now 12 years sa Pilipinas. Okay, so with that track record, we would want to hear from leaders no, on how they did build their organization solid. So kung ikaw nanonood ka dito or nakikinig ka dito, you have a bit of a struggle, or if you are looking for some inspiration, no, please wag lang ikaw sana yung makinig, no. Invite your group, lalo na yung mga core group niyo, because tonight we have two very young but nonetheless very successful associates here in USANA. So Sis Mitch, please do the honors.
All right. So we have our invited associate speaker for this evening. So let me just start with one of USANA's Emerald Director, James Notarte. Ayan. So he's going to share a lot of information to us. And of course, another speaker that we have invited is our Executive 2-Star Diamond Director, Ryan Tan. Hello, good evening, James and Ryan.
Hello. Hi, USANA Philippines. Magandang hapon po sa inyo kahit umuulan, pero at least online na lahat. So sama-sama tayo ngayon sa Zoom. And thank you USANA Philippines for choosing us para makapag-share din ng mga ideas namin para at least makatulong din sa mga associates na ma-build din yung USANA business nila. Yeah.
Thank you, James.
So from me, good evening everyone. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting us, Ma'am Joyce, Ma'am Mitch, and welcome to the USANA family, Ma'am Etheline. So we're excited to get this talk show going.
Alright, so ako I'm very excited, no? Si Ryan excited na siya niyan, lagay na yan. But I'm sure marami siyang mai-impart sa atin. Okay? And dito rin sa chat box, no, kitang-kita natin. So kung kayo nanonood dyan, no, wag po kayong mahiya mag-type no, ng inyong mga insights. Basta as long as it is productive and very positive, no, we welcome it sa ating chat box. So siguro na natin no, ang ating mga pagtatanong.
So let me have the honor no to ask the first question to our speakers this evening. So syempre meron tayong mga associates dito na first time naka-attend, no, yung mga bago. Pwede po ba nating bigyan sila ng konting background about yourself and briefly describe how you started your USANA business? So mauna tayo kay James.
And so thank you for that wonderful question, ma'am. Parang Mr. Universe lang po yung question.
Talaga Mr. Universe, no, James?
Di ba, ma'am? Ang goal ko rin, ma'am, mapatawa ko rin po si Mentor Ryan. Di ba, Mentor?
Ayan.
So,
success.
Ayan, so successful. Anyway, so yung question po ni Ma'am Mitch, actually, dati akong basketball player. Actually, classmate ko po ng college si Ma'am Joyce. Ayan. So,
yes.
naka 8 schools po ako nung college. So, ibig sabihin, talagang na-master ko talaga yung first year. Then, joke lang. Anyway, so, yun talaga yung bread and butter ko. Talagang basketball player ako. And may magandang career talaga ako pagdating sa basketball. May chance ako, pwede ako mapunta sa PBA if ipupursue ko talaga siya ng tuloy-tuloy. And pangalawa po, background ko din, I'm also a musician. So, may magandang career din po ako naghihintay dyan kasi ang lolo ko is a national artist. Pero yun nga, talagang syempre, nakita ko talaga yung opportunity which is USANA. Then pangatlo, nursing din po yung course ko. So hi sa mga nurses out there. Pero actually, tawag dito, hindi na po ako nakapag-board exam and wala talaga akong employment experience and kumbaga napunta kagad ako sa USANA. Then pang-apat po is, which is yung pinaka-give up ko talaga, yung pag-aartista. Kumbaga talagang kumbaga nung nakita ko yung opportunity, ayan, napatawa ko ulit si Mentor Ryan, yes. Ayan, so nung nakita ko yung opportunity, kumbaga nakita ko yung big picture, kaya napayas talaga ako sa USANA. Knowing na yun nga, actually yung pag-join ko po dito sa business, voluntary po yan. Mentor ko po si Mentor Brent Evangelista. So, slash my brother-in-law. Kaya wala talaga akong takas. Kailangan ko rin daw maging successful. Di ba? Para mapakasalan ko daw ang kapatid niya. Then, joke. Anyway, so yun nga po, talagang nung nakita ko yung opportunity, wala talaga akong pang-start. Pero yun nga, buti na lang tinulungan ako nung sister niya na wife ko na ngayon para makapag-start talaga sa business. So nung nag-start ako, medyo hindi talaga siya madali kasi hindi naman kami well off, hindi talaga maganda yung buhay namin. So ang struggle ko talaga dyan is yung wala talaga akong pera. So ibig sabihin talagang yung pang-join ko nga lang, naalala ko nung first day ko po sa USANA, nakachinelas lang ako. Tapos di ba, tinur ako ni Mentor Brent, tinur niya ako. Pero doon po ako nabilib sa mentor ko kasi hindi niya talaga ako kinahiya. Yung tipong pinakilala niya ako, ang pakilala pa niya sa mga talagang top leaders ng buong USANA Philippines that time. Sabi niya, kumbaga, eto nga pala, eto pala si James, boyfriend ng kapatid ko. So ganun ka-firm. Kaya lumakas talaga yung loob ko na sabi ko kahit wala akong pera. Alam niyo yun, ma'am, kasi yung may nakachinelas na ako, tapos nakapantalon pa akong bitin, tapos may dala pa akong bag. Yung bag ko, Nike naman. Kaso nga lang, may slash, may butas sa likod. So sabi ni Mentor Brent sa akin noon, sabi niya, "Uy James, butas yung bag mo ah." First day ko sa USANA. Tapos sabi ko, "Ay, okay lang yan kuya kasi wala naman siguro magnanakaw ng tinapay tsaka notebook." Di ba? Kaya nung start ko, talagang medyo may ganun yung pinagdadaanan ko na syempre talagang nangangarap talaga na may experience din na kumita na maganda, syempre makapag-provide na maganda sa family. So yun yung naging journey ko. Tapos yan, talagang ang pera ko 30 pesos per day, minsan pag 2 araw pa yan. So kapag kumakain ako, kaya kabisado ko yung mga Jolly Jeep sa Enterprise. Pagbaba ko ng office, si Mentor Brent pupunta siya sa Tapaking, tapos sasabihin niya, kain na tayo. Pero ako gagawin ko, lalabas ako ng Tapaking, pagkaka-chain ko yung 30 pesos dun sa mga Jolly Jeep. Di ba kaya kilala ko kung sino yung pinakamasarap na gumawa ng sandwich doon. So, challenging, pero talagang nung nakita ko yung big picture, yun yung hindi nagpabitaw talaga sa akin dito sa business.
And grabe, no? These are real stories. Hindi talaga finabricate, no? Ito talaga yung mga pinagdaanan nila, no? When they were starting. So, I'm curious, how about Ryan?
Well, for me, ma'am, a lot of people already know my story, but mine is, I think, more relatable than James kasi I'm one person talaga, hindi ko talaga ginustong sumali ng USANA. I never really saw marketing as a career and I never really saw myself as a salesperson. It just so happened 12 years ago when USANA was introduced to me, fresh nursing graduate ako noon from UST. And ako rin, I really hated nursing, kaya lang I was part of the generation na parang halos buong Pilipinas nag-nursing. Kaya lang, yung big problem ko, when I graduated from UST, sumabay siya sa US recession. And all of a sudden, overnight, nag-decide yung US not to issue foreign visas muna kasi ang daming unemployed sa kanila. And during my time, kapag nurse ka, it's either you go to the States or it's either you go to Saudi. Hindi pa uso yung Canada masyado, hindi pa uso yung Australia. And ako naman, the only reason I took up nursing, sabi sa akin, yun nga, magiging US citizen, malaki daw yung pay. Tapos sabi ko, ano ba yan? Sabi ko, US yung target ko. Tapos Saudi, bigla yung option. Sabi ko, no way. Tapos one day, yun, na-invite ako dito sa USANA. Originally, I said no. Parang right after seeing the presentation, hindi ako natuwa. Kaya lang, alam nyo naman, no, when it comes to interacting with USANA distributors, parang they really have this power on you na kahit ayaw mo, parang mapapa-oo ka na lang. So, ako, I joined USANA reluctantly and every time I look back, nagugulat na lang ako na grabe, parang 12 years na ako dito. When in fact, originally, parang I never really saw myself doing this and I never really saw myself natatagal sa ganitong industry.
Wow! Ang ganda ng story mo, Sir Ryan. Actually, I'm just curious din po, how did you, during your first few years, paano po ninyo na overcome yung mga challenges? Kasi as we all know, hindi naman talaga ganyan kadali na i-penetrate itong multi-level marketing na business model, di ba? Ang hirap kaya So, gusto ko lang din po na ma-share ninyo sa ating mga associates para po ma-inspire din sila and they can get best practices from you.
Yeah. So kung ano yung challenge, no, and how did
Yes.
they overcome?
Overcome. Yes.
So siguro let's start with James.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ayan, so thank you for that wonderful question, ma'am. Ayan.
Gamit natin yung mga 24 wonderful, ha?
Siyempre, ma'am, gamit natin yung mga ganyang English, bilang lang yan. Di ba, ma'am?
Parang
Anyway,
challenge mo ba yan?
Siyempre, ma'am. Yung question nyo, ma'am, yung challenge sa akin personally, yun nga, yung katulad din na nabanggit ko kanina, wala talaga akong pera. Kaya talagang, syempre, ang hirap kasi, syempre, may pinagdaanan kami, naondoy kami, nawasak yung bahay namin, naloko yung lolo ko sa load scam, tapos naloko rin yung father ko sa illegal recruitment. So, in short, sad-sad na nga yung buhay namin, mas lalo pang subadsad. Kaya buti na lang, voluntary yung pag-join ko kasi nga, tinulungan ako ng kapatid ni Mentor Bread, tsaka si Mentor Bread na maka-join talaga sa USANA. And kala ko, okay na, kumbaga, nung na-present ka sa akin, wala ko naintindihan eh. Ang naintindihan ko lang, magbabago yung buhay ko. Kasi nga, lumilipad yung utak ko sa sobrang depression. Pero, yun nga, tawag dito, yung challenge is, yung magpe-present kami, dapat sa office lang, wala akong pera. So, may mga times na nakakatawa, ma'am, nililibre pa ako ng guest ko papuntang office. O, di ba? Tapos, ang masaklap niya, lagi ko nga kinikwento, alam din ng tao yung story ko na isa lang yung sapatos ko, pero yung sapatos ko, butas-butas yun. Nagbe-medyos lang ako ng puti para hindi halatang butas. Tapos yung pantalon ko, isa lang pang 1 linggo. Pag ginuhubad ko yun, hindi kagad siya bumabagsak. Tumatayo muna siya kasi lahat ng laway, lahat ng pawis, lahat ng ulan talagang nagtalsikan doon. So, yung face-to-face na presentation, very challenging siya kasi nga hindi kami ang training sa amin before, hindi kami pwedeng mag-invite sa labas kasi nga lahat ng mga presenters nasa office lang. So ibig sabihin ako, talagang alam mo yon, gagawin ko, mangungutang pa ako, maghahanap talaga ako ng pera para lang mabitbit, may pamasahe. Ito pa challenge. Ang pera ko papunta lang ng office. Tapos pagdating ko sa office, bahala na. Makikisabay na lang ako. Malamang kay Mentor Brand ako makikisabay niyan pauwi. Tapos may first time kong umattend. Kaya nga nung meeting after meeting kami after nung forum natin, nung convention natin last June, naiyak ako. Kasi nung first time na umattend ako ng convention, talagang lahat hiram. Buti na lang, pogi tayo. Joke lang po. Yung long sleeves, yung coat, yung pantalon, ang totoong sa akin lang doon is yung brief tsaka yung medyas. Pero lahat talaga ng suot ko that time, lahat yun hiram lang. And kumbaga, yung first time na attend ko ng convention, nakita ko yung big picture. Kumbaga sabi ko, hindi ako bibitaw talaga dito. Kasi kumbaga, nakita ko yung mga ina-award. Nasabi ko sa sarili ko, someday ako din, na-awardan din ako dyan. Kumbaga, someday ako din. Kumbaga, every time I attend conventions, lahat ng mga promotions na yun sana, lagi ko nakikita yung bigger picture. And nare-realize ko lagi na papalapit na ako lagi sa pangarap ko. Pero, nung first time kong umattend, bukod sa hiniram ko lang yung lahat ng meron sa akin, kumbaga, nangutang pa ako sa mga kasama namin doon ng 500 pesos kasi nga after kasi nung convention kakain daw kinakabahan ako, sabi ko wala akong pera, nakasabay lang ako papunta dito, di ba, sa convention, tapos kakain pa daw kami. Kaya talagang yun yung challenge face to face, talagang sa office lang talaga kami nagpe-present. Tapos yan, syempre yung auto order, kumbaga challenge ko din po yan kasi syempre zero rin po ako diyan, kumbaga tawag dito, knowledge about sa lahat. Kaya first time ko sa USANA. Ngayon, na-realize ko, madali lang naman pala siyang aralin. Kumbaga, maintindihan mo lang yung product, i-share mo lang talaga siya. Hindi mo kailangan i-convince yung tao, just share USANA. And di ba, kumbaga, para mas makita nila yung value nung ini-introduce talaga natin sa kanila. Kaya kami before, ang lakas naming mag-recruit. Kumbaga, ang mindset na binigay sa amin ni Mentor Bread, guys, dapat malakas tayong mag-recruit. Nagbibilangan kami ng recruit every week. Kaya ang presentations ko, kahit alam niyo, kahit sobrang mahirap siya, Pero ang average presentations ko per day, mga 3 hanggang 5 presentations. Yun na yung
Wow.
invite ko. Kaya si Mentor Bren, dumating sa point, ma'am, na napaos ko
At
po
malat
yan.
na, no? Oh.
Opo, sabi niya, alam niyo yung ma'am, yung pang-5 presentation namin, sabi niya sa akin, sabi niya, uy, meron ka na naman, James. Di pa tayo nagla-lunch, alas 5 na. Sabi ko, kuya, sige, last na. After nito, kain na tayo. Di ba? Pero, kumbaga, doon kami naka-focus kasi nga, na-gets namin yung proseso na kailangan mo talagang mag-build ng organization. Magparami talaga ng tao sa baba. Kaya talagang, kumbaga, ang mataas talaga na namin, ang lakas namin mag-recruit. Recruit talaga kami. Yun, ma'am.
Or sponsor, no? Because really,
Sponsor, ma'am.
network marketing is a numbers game. No? And ang swerte naman nung upline mo, James, no? Kasi siya na talagang susuko sa'yo. No, I hope no, makahanap kayo ng parang si James. Di ba? Yung
Napakasipag.
Oo, pusher. Okay. Siguro si Ryan, how about you?
Well, I also went through the same thing nung kay James, no? Because when I first joined USANA, personally, wala naman din akong pera. Pero apart from those common things that people experience, another common thing that people would be able to relate to, after joining USANA, personally, it took me a long time to accept na I was doing network marketing. Kasi the whole time, I think on my first year, although I was part of USANA, feeling ko talaga napaka-jologs niya. Parang ang baduy-baduy. So sabi ko, parang talaga ba, ginagawa ko yung ganitong bagay? And ako, I wasn't really entirely proud initially kasi personally, I really wanted to become a lawyer, a doctor. So sabi ko, parang anong nangyari? Bakit ako nag-networking?
I'm sure may mga dito, may mga makaka-relate. Type me sa ating chat box kung ikaw yon. Yung mga parang diring-diring sa coffee, ganyan, open-minded, di ba? Ang daming me. Go ahead, Rai.
Personally, analyzing it, no, parang, yeah, maganda yung products ng USANA, maganda yung business model, you could make a lot of money from it. Pero ako, parang, it took me a long time to accept na, shucks, ito na pala yung ginagawa ko. And I think with most distributors, no, kasi ako when I kept attending trainings and when I really understood what network marketing was all about and how much profitable it is, no, versus traditional business, sabi ko, it's really a misunderstood industry. Pero kung titingnan mo talaga, network marketing is such a genius business. Kasi kung titingnan mo, you could earn a lot without having to put up so much capital. But at the same time, kung titingnan mo talagang yung products natin, it's world-class, it's nasa New York Stock Exchange. So when you realize all these things about USANA, no, parang yeah, there are so many mga jologs sa mga network marketing sa tabi-tabi. Pero when you really appreciate what USANA is all about, you'd really be so proud. And there's really nothing to be ashamed. Talagang you'd really have all the guts and the confidence to talk to a lot of people about it.
Right. So talagang itaas mo yung bandera, no, ng
Yes.
MLM. And
Yes.
nasabi na rin ni Ryan, no, yung isa sa mga benefit ng MLM is really low startup. Hindi siya masyadong high risk, no, yung entry ng isang associate. So siguro at this point, no, ano pa yung mga pwede nating sabihin na advantages or pwede rin namang siguro disadvantage or basta ano yung pwede nating i-highlight, no, na difference ng MLM or network marketing towards a traditional business or yung nasa mga mainstream. So siguro Ryan, ikaw na rin mag-umpisa.
Well, for me, not because I'm part of USANA, and I would answer there's no disadvantage when you start an MLM business. Because the way I see it, there's really no disadvantage. Kasi when it comes to traditional business, number one, you'd have to think of your own product. And problemahin mo pa yon yung logistics, how you'd brand your product, how you'd market,
Yes.
and yung supply chain mo. And I can just imagine, no, if I were to do things all over again, sabi ko, I'm lucky na day one ko sa business, all I had to do was to talk to people about USANA. I never really had to think about where I'd get my employees, where I'd get so much capital, how I'd run the business day to day. Kasi lahat yun parang you're part of a team eh. Pero siguro one thing that I would like to address head on, no, for all the new people, a lot of people talaga, when you do network marketing, siguro the only downside is all the negative comments talaga that you'd receive. Parang, oh my God, ba't ka nag-join dyan? Oh my God, ba't ka nagpa-auto dyan? And the biggest thing that I hear about people talking negatively about MLM is that I actually got this no from a friend of mine. Sabi niya, you know what, Ryan, yung business niyo, parang you're all hype. Pero at the end of the day, if you'd come to think about it, hindi naman lahat nagsasucceed sa business niyo. Pero ako, napaisip ako throughout the years. That comment stuck with me kasi I did not know how to answer that. Pero one time, I had a downline from the Department of Trade and Industry. And sobrang na-open mind ako sa sinabi niya. Sabi niya, mentor, ang ganda din pala talaga ng USANA. No? Sabi ko, why do you say that, tita? Sabi niya, alam mo, mentor, sa DTI, for every 100 business registrants, after a year, ang nag-renew lang to renew their business name is about 20%.
Wow.
Ang fallout ng traditional business is 80% in the first year. And sabi nga, in the third or fifth year, only about 1 or 0 out of 100 ang nagsasucceed. So when people say na not everyone succeeds in network marketing, it's the same thing as saying na not everyone succeeds in traditional business. So I really don't get that about yung mga people against network marketing who make that claim. Because at the end of the day, not everybody succeeds in business. But if you were to come full circle, at the end of the day, di ba, kung risk ka na rin ng in business, risk small, start small. Pero kung dito mo yung USANA, you could end up really with basta aralin mo lang talaga siya and be willing to get your hands dirty.
Yes, and just like any other business, di ba, no?
Yes. Talagang ngayon, let's hear from James, no, naman.
Yun. So, sakto, no? Actually, yung natin dyan, advantage natin is, USANA has done everything for us. So, ibig sabihin, katulad nung sinabi ni Mentor Ryan na hindi mo na kailangan mag-create ng sarili mong produkto. In short, kompleto na. Sabi nga ni Francis Kong, yung industries na nagtatrive and survive during crisis, number 1, healthcare, number 2, logistics, and number 3, e-commerce, which is lahat nung yon meron tayo dito sa USANA. And kung i-compare mo siya, kumbaga pagdating sa traditional business versus kumbaga sa MLM, pagdating sa cost, pag nag-traditional business ka, kailangan mo pa ng staff, kailangan mo ng equipment, inventory, so magkano na kagad yung ilalabas mong pera dyan. Right? Then number 2, syempre, pagdating sa workforce, so kailangan mo pa ng office. Unlike sa pagdating sa cost, pagdating sa atin, kumbaga, kailangan mo ng laptop and malakas na internet connection pagdating sa cost. So ibig sabihin, kumbaga, nakasave ka kagad. Pagdating naman sa, kumbaga, sa workplace, kailangan mo pa ng office, kailangan mo pa ng shop, factory, di ba? Para ma-operate mo talaga yung traditional business mo. And syempre sa atin, kumbaga, pagdating sa workplace, parang ngayon, nasa mga kanya-kanyang bahay lang tayo. Right? Kumbaga, nasa mga kanya-kanyang bahay tayo. You can do the business kahit nasa beach ka, nasa hotel, or nasa bahay. Then number 3, which is isa sa nakita kong malaking advantage for us, is number 3 is yung market. So, ang laki ng market reach natin. Pag nag-traditional business ka, kumbaga, limited yung market mo. Halimbawa, nagtayo tayo ng pwesto dito sa taga Samar, sa Marikina. Taga Samar
there, no? Summer there, summer out.
Ayan, so, kung magpuput up tayo ng pwesto dito sa Marikina, ang lang natin, ang market natin is Marikina lang. Pero hindi buong Marikina, yung barangay lang natin. Kung ang chance lang is madaanan lang tayo ng ibang tao. Right? So kung meron tayong customer from US, kailangan hindi niya na tayo masusuportahan sa business. Hindi na natin mako-connect yung product natin doon. And nakita ko yung advantage with us is kumbaga available tayo sa ilang bansa. And based on my experience, sa 10 years ko po sa business, umabot po ng 14 countries yung market reach ko sa USANA business ko. So ibig sabihin, may malaking opportunity na ang maganda nun, meron pa tayong worldwide logistics, drop shipping system. So in short, wala ka ng problem talaga sa door-to-door delivery. And sabi nga ni Bill Gates, di ba, if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. And yun yung malaking advantage natin kasi yung USANA business natin, grabe yung innovation. Kumbaga, dati pa kami nagzo-Zoom, guys. Sa totoo lang. Kaya sabi, 2019 ata yun, sabi sa akin ni Ma'am Joyce, magzo-Zoom meeting tayo kasi panel speaker kayo sa ano. Sabi ko, ha, ma'am, ano yung Zoom? Di ba? So, ibig sabihin tayo lang yung nag-transition ng nag-adjust. Pero, nag-innovate na talaga yung business and it's very important na nag-innovate ka. Kaya pala maraming naiiwan na negosyo, especially kung magta-traditional business ka. Paano yung traditional business mo? Kailangan puntahan talaga ng tao. Hindi mo siya pwedeng i-online. So talo ka na kasi walang masyadong lumalabas ngayon. So may malaking advantage talaga tayo sa network marketing. At the same time, this is a leverage business. And yun nga, kumbaga nakita ko talaga yung pinaka malaking big picture nung business kasi iba't ibang bansa yung market reach mo tapos nasa bahay ka lang. Di ba? So ibig sabihin talagang kailangan mo na lang talaga aralin yung business and kung paano talaga patakbuhin yung negosyo para talagang kumbaga umandar talaga yung USANA business.
Yes, everything is na talaga, no? Pino-provide na, nandyan na lahat, no? Ang kailangan mo na lang, kailangan mong magsipag at kailangan mo ng maraming tao. And now, ang next question ko, this is for Ryan, no? After na nag-start ka, na-overcome mo yung mga challenges mo at the very start of yung mga initial yung mga challenges mo while you were starting your business, no? Slowly, nagta-transition ka na into business building. How did you realize, no, na nandun ka na sa point na nagbi-build ka na ng business mo? And ano yung mga activities na ginagawa mo while you are doing that?
Well, for me, Ma'am Mitch, that particular point in time sa USANA business ko came during one of the trainings ni Mentor Nat Sunyo. So si Mentor Nat was one of my earliest mentors in the business. And sabi niya, if you're really serious about network marketing, you should be consistent. As in, every single week, you should earn like $100, $200 a week. You should have that discipline. So you cannot just be attending trainings. You cannot just be trying to sell a product every week. If you really want to make USANA a serious business, talagang you should really get your hands dirty, talk to people, try to convince them, build your team, grow your team. And sabi niya, when you earn daw $100 to $200 per week, if you do that on a consistent basis, every single week, you're adding at least a person on your left, a person on your right. And if you're consistent with that, without you knowing, no, through time, you can imagine in like 2 months, 3 months, although it happens gradually, it happens slowly, but if you do it consistently, magugulat ka na lang all of a sudden you're able to build a network. Because I can imagine a lot of new distributors, parang nandun yung enthusiasm sa simula, but when they try it for a week, they try it for 2 weeks, they don't succeed right away, parang they get so disheartened. Pero if you attend trainings talaga and really strive to hit yung income goals, $100, $200 per week, as in try to add people under your network week per week, gradually through time, just like anybody you're inspired by, every time you attend trainings, you'll be able to do that as well. So ako, I'm one person who could attest to that kasi when I joined USANA, I really had no sales skills. I'm really the least persuasive person in the world, pero nagawa ko siya every time. So if you really want to build the USANA business, keep adding people, grow your network, grow your team, be consistent with your income goals every week because that's a direct consequence of you building a network.
Yan, basically talaga, no? It's really adding more people to your organization, no? Being very consistent, no? Ganun ang gagawin mo nga, discipline. You add more people to your organization every week, ganun. At kailangan consistent yung income mo. How about you, James? Paano mo na-realize na nagbi-build ka na ng USANA business mo? And ano yung mga activities mo?
Yeah, so thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful question. Ayan, so tawag dito, nasabi ko, ma'am, nung time na na-hit ko yung PPPS. 'Di ba? So kasi nung na-hit ko yung PPPS, nakapag-sponsor ako ng mga 4 or 5 tao. So ngayon na-realize ko, meron na akong associates. So ibig sabihin, kailangan ang next goal ko na is tulungan ko na talaga silang mahit yung PPPS hanggang sa unti-unti nagkakaroon na rin talaga ako ng mga users, nag-share ko ng USANA kasi iba-iba rin po yung gusto talaga ng mga kinakausap natin eh. Ang goal lang is i-connect talaga siya ng i-connect sa maraming tao eh. 'Di ba? Pero yun nga, along the way, may nakakausap ako, gusto niya maging user, tatlo lang naman eh. Tatlo lang lagi yung kinababagsakan every time I talk to people. It's either magde-decide siya na magiging user or retailer or business builder. So ibig sabihin, syempre, yun yung tatlong source ng points. Kaya kumbaga, na-realize ko, for me to grow my organization, for me talagang para ma-maximize talaga yung kayang ibigay ng opportunity, kumbaga, kailangan ko talagang i-build yung network of users, retailers, and business builders under my organization. Kaya nung nahit yun, sunod-sunod, kaya napansin ko po, kumbaga, nung naging tama po yung sinabi ni Mentor Ryan, kailangan lang pala talaga consistency. So, nung naging consistent po ako, syempre, yung mga associates ko, kasama ko na umattend ng mga trainings, tapos may mga napapa-PPPS na ako, tapos nagugulat ako, may mga napapahit na ako ng director, nagdi-director na rin ako, and na-realize ko po, nung nag-run po ako ng gold, nahit ko po yung gold director kasi sobrang dami pong nag-hit ng PPPS sa ilalim ko. So nakuha po talaga siya sa mga tao sa ilalim. Kumbaga na kailangan talagang paramihin yung mga runners under sabi nga rin po ni Mentor Natsunyo, tama. Sabi niya paramihin mo lang yung mga kumikita ng $100 under your organization. Doon mo mabibuild ng tuloy-tuloy talaga yung USANA business mo. Hanggang sa yun, na-realize ko, tuloy-tuloy lang, inalagaan ko lang, kailangan mo lang i-keep your organization, make sure visible ka lagi. So yun lang po, paikot-ikot yung proseso, I make sure nakaka-attend din talaga sila ng training. Kung ano yung nakikita ko, nakikita din nila. Uma-attend din kami ng mga conventions, mga promotions ng USANA. Kumbaga, mina-maximize po namin lahat hanggang sa nagtuloy-tuloy na yung USANA business ko. And doon ko na-realize na yun pala yung proseso. Kailangan mo pala talaga siyang i-build. Kailangan mo pala talaga siyang kailangan mo buuin yung organization mo. Hanggang sa, yun na nagtuloy-tuloy na po siya. Yeah.
Right. Now, you both are talking about best practices and how you built your network, how you started with your USANA business, but this is something na hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan, or kung pinag-uusapan man, probably ayaw natin aminin, no? But in reality, no, what are some kumbaga parang common industry malpractice or pitfalls, no, na nagiging kumbaga parang mitya, no, para sa ating mga downlines, para sa ating mga believers, sa users ng product, na mawala yung believe nila sa USANA, and paano natin yun nasasalo, no? Paano natin naibabalik, no, sa tamang landas yung ating grupo, yung ating mga customers, yung ating mga associates. So, siguro let's start with Ryan.
Common industry malpractice, I think yung concept of one-time rank advancement, one-time push. So, for me, throughout the years, no, nakita namin how USANA evolve. Talagang tayo, ang gusto natin long-term, ang gusto talaga natin is market retention. And you're able to do that if you really build the people in your business. So, a lot of people see network marketing as a recruitment business. Yung magpapapayin ka ng marami, you're gonna sell a lot of products. But for me, the deeper sense of network marketing is being able to develop leaders in your network.
Yes.
And if you're able to build leaders under your network, that's the time you'd get true leverage through the business. Kasi if you don't have leaders under your organization, you're able to sign up like 100 people. And out of 100 people, you're not able to retain anybody. You're not able to develop anybody. Bilang ka lang ng mga 3 months, 4 months, it's still gonna be just you in your team. It's still just gonna be you in your network. And that's why a lot of people, no, parang they have the capacity talaga to produce so much, to hit, alam mo yun, mag-burst all of a sudden out of nowhere. But the staying power and the consistency in income, you'd be able to achieve that talaga by developing leaders. So, for me, it's okay naman to hit certain ranks, as in to push, no, maghabol. Pero, what would really sustain the income of that particular rank is talagang intentionally you should develop leaders. As in, there's really no shortcut. I think it holds true for USANA, it holds true for network marketing, but I can also imagine it holds true for any business. Any business, you really have to develop your people. You don't just hire somebody and hope or wish na alam nila yung gagawin nila. You really need to develop people.
Ang
Yes, I
dami
definitely
nag-agree.
agree.
Ang dami nag-agree din sa chat box, no, Sis Ethel.
Yes. Actually, this will also, let's continue with James muna. Sir
And,
James, how
okay,
about you?
yun. Actually, same din yung sa akin kay Mentor Ryan. Kasi ako personally, I always tell my leaders na ang USANA is a marathon. So, USANA, kumbaga, hindi siya sprint na hindi siya pabilisan. Kumbaga, ang totoong labanan talaga is paramihan ng leaders under you. Leaders na kumikita. Leaders na successful. And ako po kasi I also teach leadership sa team ko. So talagang kumbaga, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila na to be successful in network marketing, all you have to do is develop leaders and make them successful. Hindi lang develop. Kailangan successful din talaga sila. And by that, syempre, doon mo mag-grow talaga yung organization mo. Kasi parang ganito po yan. What if, kumbaga, pinush mo yung gold? Pinush mo yung gold, binirit mo yung gold, pero babalik ka sa dati mong totoo mong binild. Eh, what if ang totoo mong binild is believer? So, babalik dun sa believer. So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, you really have to build your organization. Kailangan dumami talaga yung tao. Kumbaga, kailangan dumami yung leaders, yung mga kanya-kanyang leaders mo, may mga kanya-kanyang organization, may mga grupo din talaga sila. And kailangan increase mo yung population talaga ng organization mo. Then population na kumikita, then pangatlo, dumami na yung mga leaders who can take care of their own organization, which is yun yung ginagawa din naming practice talaga sa team. Kaya tuloy-tuloy din yung growth. Kaya si ma'am, minsan pumapasok po siya sa event namin, sa Maths Night, di ba? Kumbaga, minsan, yan po, na-invite ko rin po sila, ma'am, di ba? Pero at least, yun yung ginagawa talaga namin. More on network building talaga. Kasi kapag na-build mo na yung network, kumbaga, yun yung makakatulong sa'yo, ma-hit yung goal mo. Kung ano talaga yung gusto mo hanggang sa, ako po, personally, nung na-hit ko po yung goal, di ba, nakwento ko po, na nahit ko yung gold director rank na puro PPPS runners lang talaga sa ilalim. Ang dami, left and right, talagang daming tumatama ng PPPS. Pero after nun, kumbaga, nagtuloy-tuloy po yung business ko na natamaan po namin yung leadership summit na gumagalaw na lang po ng ganun yung organization. So, ibig sabihin, ng kusa na siyang gumalaw kasi na-build na po namin yung pipeline.
I guess, yeah, I agree, sir. Kasi I guess, pag nakapag-headhunt kayo ng mga right leaders, parang this will serve as the good foundation ng mga business ninyo. So with that, ang follow-up question ko is, how do you headhunt leaders in your organizations? And what are the basic skills lang na at least nakikita ninyo sa kanila that na-foresee nyo kaagad na ito, malaking chance ito na maging leader ko. So, let's start with Ryan.
In my trainings, I always make it clear to everybody na every time you try to build a team, especially you try to recruit people to be part of your organization, you should really target people who are ambitious, driven, highly active. You don't want people in your team na pinilit. You don't want people in your team na walang goal sa buhay, na walang motivation sa buhay. Because what I noticed throughout the years, you could reach a point in the business na sobrang persuasive mo. Even the people who are reluctant, you're able to sign them up. Pero ang nagiging downside niya in the long run, if you work with people who really have no motivation, it would be very hard to motivate them to really perform and work with you and build a team with you. So for me, it's highly essential talaga na you target driven, ambitious people. And for me, if you work with people like that, sila, they always have initiative, they always have the yung inquisitiveness to really learn the business, the ins and outs, and they're really hungry talaga to really hit goals. And it's very telling naman, makikita mo naman the moment they sign up, makikita mo yung difference of the work ethic of somebody who has drive, who has ambition, versus the work ethic of somebody na wala lang. And you don't want people na wala lang. You really want people na driven.
Parang hangin lang, no? Ayaw naman natin makipag-usap sa mga ayaw magpa-push, no? Yung mga walang opinion. Nice, that's very nice. How about you, James?
Yun, sa akin din, ganun din ma'am. Talagang syempre, mahirap din pilitin yung ayaw. No? Right? Pero ang step-by-step plan ko po dyan is syempre, number one, define what a leader is. Syempre, ang leader, yan yung mga talagang coachable, yan yung mga good communicator. Kasi yun yung mga tawag dito, yun yung mga sabihin na natin characteristics, di ba, nila na kumbaga good communicator kasi we're dealing with people, someone who has a vision. Ano pa, syempre, professional student of the business. Yung tipong ginagawa niya yung business ng kahit hindi mo chine-check or mino-motivate. So that's, kumbaga, yan yung galawan ng isang leader. Pero pangalawa, kumbaga, sa step-by-step plan natin is, how do you find leaders in your team? Diba? So, syempre, kumbaga, halimbawa, meron kang 100 downlines. So, paano mo mahanap yung gagawin mong leader doon? Kumbaga, ang gagawin natin dyan is find a distributor who is not a leader now. Give them a test. So ako, mahilig po ako magbigay ng test na papabasa ko yung libro. Kapag binasa niya, babalikan ko siya 2 days, 3 days. Pag binasa niya, kumbaga, pwede, may potential kasi sinunod niya yung ginawa ko. And tama rin po yung sinabi ni Mentor Ryan, ang indicator ko din dyan is yung may willingness tsaka initiative. Kasi ako po, nung bago ako, ay grabe, ako talaga nangungulit sa, sa coach, sa mentor ko. Si Mentor Ryan nga po, until now, mini-mentor pa rin po niya ako. Kumbaga, nagpapaturo po ako sa kanya bago talaga mag-start yung year. So, ganun po talaga ako ka-eager matuto talaga sa sa business. Lalo na nung nag-start ako, ultimo team building. Kumbaga, nagpapaturo, mentor, paano ganito? Minsan, sa sobrang eager ko, tatawagan ko pa yung mentor ko madaling araw, alas 2, alas 3 sa madaling araw, kala niya emergency. Yun pala, may tanong lang ako, mentor, paano ba yun? Minsan nagagalit na. Ibig sabihin, yun yung indicator na ito yung dapat kong tutukan muna para i-develop ko siya na maging leader. Then ang question number 3 is, ano ba yung magandang ituro sa kanila? Siyempre, we develop yung muscle. Ano yung muscle? Yung letter M is mindset. Sabi nga rin po ni Mentor Ryan, 80% mindset. So, totoo po talaga kasi yung mindset na you're already an entrepreneur. Kumbaga, kailangan mindset na pang USANA na, pang business na. Right? So, marami. Kumbaga, minsan matagal na, hindi pa na-develop yung mindset. So, kailangan din talaga ma-develop yung mindset. The number 2, attitude. Number 3, skills. So, kasi syempre, yun yung kapag tumaas yung skills ng isang dine-develop mo na leader, talagang doon lalabas yung confidence. Doon siya magiging talagang confident na mag-alaga ng bagong downline, na bagong associate, kasi kaya niya na mag-present, kaya niya na mag-invite, kaya niya na magturo, kaya niya na mag-close. So, dine-develop din natin. And eventually, bandang huli, which is yung letter L sa muscle, doon ma-develop yung leadership. It takes time. Ma'am, ako po, nung pag-join ko sa USANA, di naman ako leader kagad. Kumbaga, kung titingnan nyo nga ako, isa ako sa parang si James, parang hindi tatagal yan dito. Parang gano'n, pag tinignan nyo po ako sa doon nag-start ako, it takes time. Pero, ang dapat ko na ma-develop is...
Iba na ba ngayon, James? Nag-iba na rin ba ngayon yung tingin namin?
Parang gano'n pa rin,
I'm
ma'am.
sure iba na. I'm sure iba na kasi ang datingan na natin ngayon, James eh. Sige, sorry. Go ahead. Napasaya ko lang kayo.
Mukha nang ganun pa din, di ba? Pero yun nga, ma'am, talagang it takes time bago ma-develop yung leadership. Na-develop po siya ng natural. Hindi siya instant na bukas leader ka na. Walang ganun. Kumbaga, hindi po, ako, dumaan po talaga ako sa proseso. And na-realize ko, ang unang na-correct sa akin yung mindset na nasa USANA na ako, ito na yung gagawin ko, and ganito gawin yung business. Ayan, then, nung natama yung mindset ko, doon nag-follow yung attitude. Then, yun nga, na attitude na aralin talaga yung skills. Paano mag-invite, paano mag-present. In short, yung lahat ng mga skills na tinuturo sa atin paulit-ulit ng mga coaches and mentors natin, yun yung dinevelop ko sa akin para maging confident ako na mag-alaga ng bagong associate. And nung nangyari yun, na-develop na ako. So, yun yung ginagawa ko po na step-by-step plan para talagang at least, kumbaga, ma-develop yung isang leader. Kaya I also do, katulad nga namin, si Mentor Ryan, nag-one-on-one din po kami. So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, yun po importante rin po yun para mabigay mo yung tamang gamot kung ano yung kailangan talaga niya. Kaya it's very important ako, I also do one-on-one session with my leaders para mabigay ko yung kailangan niya. Kumbaga, kasi kung puro maramihan lang lagi ako nag-a-appear, kumbaga, medyo di ko mabibigay yung gamot na kailangan talaga ng isang leader para ma-develop talaga siya. So, yun po yung step-by-step process na ginagawa ko po.
Ayan, very active, no? Thank you very much, James and Ryan, no, for sharing your thoughts regarding on how they are going to create leaders. Talaga naman, leaders are really created, no? Hindi naman talaga sila, pag na-meet mo sila dyan, leader na sila kaagad. You have to really develop skills. May mentoring tayo, ganon. Marami tayong trainings na pinagdadaanan for us to become fully, no, leader in USANA. And talagang yung Zoom attendees natin dito sa Zoom are really very active, no? They are really agreeing with all the things that sinishare ng ating mga speakers this evening. So very, very informative talaga yung mga naririnig natin sa ating mga speakers, kay Ryan tsaka kay James. Now, maiba naman tayo yung question ko, no? Yung question ko, if you will be given another chance, no, to start your USANA business, no, kung maibabalik lang, no, what have you done differently in your business? What could have you done differently in your business? So start tayo kay Ryan siguro ulit.
Kung maibabalik ko lang, di ba, Ryan?
Regine Velasquez.
Yes.
For me, sana I appreciated the value of MLM right away. And I should not have spent years na maging 50 about USANA as a career. Because I often see a lot of distributors parang they do it, they're here, they're attending trainings, they're not quitting, pero they don't fully embrace the business or the idea of doing this a career. And ang problem, if you're not able to imbibe that and internalize that, talagang hindi mo siya magagawa all out. And you really won't be able to develop yourself fully as a leader in an industry na you're not fully convinced about. And for me, as you build your network, one key thing talaga that would speed things up for you is yung belief mo sa industry. Kasi sabi nga nila, it's very hard to convince other people na mag-join ng USANA if you're not convinced na USANA is really worthwhile. And it's very hard for you to convince your team to perform if ikaw hindi talaga rin in full faith mo ginagawa yung business. So, if you're somebody talaga who really exudes na nakikita mong ang ganda ng products, ang ganda ng business, talagang sincerely you share it to as many people as you can, that's what would be duplicated by your team. And the moment na ganyan yung disposition mo about the business, I think things would start becoming easier for you.
Ayan, no, walang at the very start pa lang, you really have to believe, no, sa products and sa company itself. How about you, James? Kung maibabalik mo lang, what are the things that you should have done differently?
Sana ba nagsapatos ka muna, James, bago ka tumungtong ng USANA office, mga ganun?
Ma'am, ang dating ikot ng mundo ba, ma'am? Yan ba yung kailangan kong ibalik? Alam niyo ba, ma'am, dati, sa sobrang yun nga, di ba, nung bago ako, may time na nag-i-school uniform ako sa USANA. Ewan ko, nakikita ata ni Ma'am Joyce yun. Nag-i-school uniform ako kahit hindi na ako pumapasok sa school para lang. Syempre, wala na kasi ako masuot that time eh. Pero kung yun nga, kung meron man akong siguro yung mas binilisan ko pang matuto kagad. Yung mga kailangan kong matutunan na medyo na palipas ko. So parang kasi 'di ba, the faster you learn, the faster you will earn, 'di ba? So na-realize ko, kumbaga, siguro sana inaral ko kagad na nagbasa kagad ako ng libro, nakinig kagad. Kasi yun yung laging sinasabi sa akin ng mentor ko na ni Mentor Brad na, James, magbasa ka ng libro. Anong bago mong inaral? Tapos sabi ko, ay, kuya, yung pa rin, yung last time eh. Ay, nako, di ba? Kasi nga, kumbaga, naintindihan ko na kailangan pala, no, nagbabasa ka rin talaga ng libro, nakikinig ka ng mga audiobooks para mas lalong nag-grow yung mindset mo. And yung mga inaaral mo, yun din yung lumalabas na rin sa'yo. Kaya, kumbaga, before, hindi ko siya masyadong, meron chat dito, anong libro, Guinness Book of Records. Joke lang. Kung sa mga bago, syempre, Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Yan. Tapos, pakinggan nyo rin yung Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yan. Yung Think and Grow Rich, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Ang dami. In short, talagang halos kabisado ko na, di ba? Dahil yun talaga yung binibigay ko din sa mga new associates na dapat din nila para maintindihan din nila na ang ganda pala nitong network marketing. Doon mo rin mas lalong maintindihan na iba pala ang network marketing. So, I think ma'am yun yung parang siguro sana inagahan ko yun para mas lalong yun nga, nag-grow yung mindset ko ng mas maaga. Yun po ma'am.
Nice, no? So, syempre, hindi na natin maibabalik, no? But definitely, for those of you who are here sa call na to, no, definitely, kung ikaw yung nakakarinig nun, ayun yung uumpisahan natin.
Alright. Okay, so, what are...
Yan. So, talagang, kung pwede lang natin ibalik yung mga before, no? Sana hindi na tayo nagtagal dun sa stage na nagda-doubt pa tayo, kailangan na dinidelay natin yung ating learning process, no, sa USANA. Sana talagang yung belief natin, ginagawa natin lahat para ma-increase yung ating belief sa USANA so that we can start actually building our business right away and creating more leaders. Now, let me just, syempre, mag-aalas 7 na pala, no? Marami nang na-share. Hindi natin namalayan na mag-aalas 7 na pala. So, let me just ask, no, si Ryan tsaka si James, no? What are your final words or what advice or yung final words niyo sa ating mga attendees dito sa ating Zoom, sa ating FB Live, on how paano ba talaga nila gagawin yung kapag build ng business nila when they are already in USANA business. Ayan. Paano yun siya? So start tayo kay Ryan. Yung what are your final words, no, you can share to our associates who would really want to seriously build their USANA business? Yun pala yung aking tanong.
Yes, siguro na lang, ma'am. We always have this thinking na, we keep this in mind, no? 18, 19, and 1. 18, 19, and 1. What's that? The business is 80% being productive, production, talking to people, trying to build the network, trying to gain customers. So 80% of your time, you should always allot to that, being productive. Secondly, 19% you should allot training yourself, training your team. So you cannot just keep focused on recruiting people, adding customers, adding distributors, but you're not training your people. So you should expend a good amount of time and energy talaga getting everybody trained in your team. And what's the one? Yung 1%, that's the amount of time and energy you should spend, you should waste on troubleshooting. So every time you build a network, there would always be distractions, there would always be issues. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind, majority, 99% of your productive time should be allotted producing results and training your team. So 1%, that's the only amount of time and focus you should allot sa pag-deal sa mga issues. And I think if you're focused on that, if you're focused on those two major things, production and training, you'd find the business easier, you'd find sustaining momentum easier. But on the other hand, if you lose track of that, na panay troubleshooting na lang, you'd lose your enthusiasm sa business, you'd lose your focus, and you'd end up not being productive, you'd end up not training your team, and all you see are obstacles. But if you refocus, and if you always keep that in mind, you'd always be ranked advancing, and it would be easier for you to sustain momentum year after year after year.
All right, so let's proceed with James.
Yan. Clear po ba ako, ma'am? Yan.
Yes.
Hindi naman po ako choppy. Ayun.
Hindi
So,
naman.
may bagong action eh. Choppy.
Parang stop naman talaga.
Sign language.
Ayan. So, yun nga. Syempre, yung final message, syempre, tawag dito, first is, tawag dito, syempre, understand the technicalities of, the USANA business. Kasi syempre, a lot of people, napapansin ko, may mga nag-quit simply because hindi kasi talaga nila naiintindihan yung business na pinasok nila. And ako, kaya rin ako nag-stay kasi kumbaga, tinrap ko yung mentor ko. Sabi ko, mentor, ba't ganon? Kumbaga, every time I attend trainings, naririnig ko, sinasabi nung, kumbaga, host na yung speaker, ganito yung income na kinikita niya. So, para siyang kinukontra ng utak ko. Parang may problem sa akin, mentor, sabi ko sa kanya. Sabi ko, okay lang ba, mentor, i-discuss mo, himayin mo, yun yung term ko. Pwede bang himayin mo sa akin yung, yung step by step ng compensation plan ng USANA? Kasi ako, mabilis ko rin naintindihan yung, yung products. Kasi, syempre, nurse din ako kahit papano, so medyo may alam tayo kahit papano ng konti. Pero yung technicalities ng compensation plan, kumbaga, hindi ko talaga siya naiintindihan to the point na every time I attend trainings, hindi ko na-absorb yung income na sinasabi nung speaker na ganito yung income ko, ganyan-ganyan. So, nung diniscuss niya sa akin yon, guys, grabe, umabot po kami ng 5 oras para lang maintindihan ko yung technicalities ng compensation plan. And ngayon, diniscuss niya sa akin paano kumita ng $4,000. Diniscuss niya sa akin kung paano mag-income ng $8,000 hanggang sa palaki ng palaki. Nung naintindihan ko yon, kumbaga, nagkaroon ako ng, nakita ko agad yung future. What's gonna happen? So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, sabi ko, it's possible pala na pwede pala talagang ma-maximize tong business na to kasi ganun pala yung income potential. Mm-hmm. Pero, na-realize ko, hindi siya magiging instant. So, kailangan kong mag-build ng organization. Kailangan ko ng team. Kasi, sabi nga niya, para $1,000 ka, James, kailangan mo 5,000 points na, 5,000 points right. Ang tanong niya nga sa akin nun, kaya mo ba yun? Ikaw lang, 5,000 points left, 5,000 points right. Sabi ko, hindi. So, kailangan mo ng team, di ba? Para mabuo yung points. So, ngayon, nagkaroon po ako ng mindset na it's gonna be a long-term journey. Kasi, kumbaga, ito natutunan ko rin po kay Mentor Natsunyo, sa first 6 months mo pala sa USANA, yun pala yung foundational stage. So, yun pala yung time na i-discover mo yung why, yung deep why, kung bakit ka ba talaga nag-USANA. So, kaya ang tip ko, di ba, if bago ka, nasa foundational stage ka, you always attend trainings. Attend ka ng convention, attendan mo lahat ng sinasabing attendan ng coach mo. I-maximize mo yung USANA promotions. Last week nga, kahit kumbaga, hindi kami kasama sa Go for Growth. Nandun kami sa Boracay kasi nga, yan, nakita ko pa sila Ma'am Joyce doon, di ba? Sila Sir Leo, tsaka si Ma'am Mitch, nakita kami doon, right? And kumbaga, always attend trainings para mas ma-discover mo yung why mo. It's okay kung hindi pinag-uusapan dito kung malalim ka agad or kumbaga, ang mahalaga is ma-discover mo yung why mo. Then pangalawa, kumbaga, yung ika-6 month mo hanggang 2nd year mo, yun yung time na concentration stage mo na. Alright? So, ibig sabihin, focus stage mo na. Ano po yung focus stage na yan? So, yun na yung time na, syempre, dinedevelop mo na yung muscle mo. Ano yung muscle? Yung sinabi ko, mindset, attitude, skills, and leadership. And you're gaining experience. So gumagaling ka na, natututo ka na, gumagaling ka na magbagsak. Katulad yung sa akin, ma'am, yung ganito, nako, pag narinig niyo ako mag-present before, baka matulog ka sa akin. 'Di ba? Or baka hindi ka talaga mag-join. So talagang sabi nga ni Mentor Ryan, para maging successful ka sa isang bagay, kailangan ma-master mo muna siya. So you really have to gain experience para ma-master mo yung USANA business mo, right? Then syempre, ika-second year mo hanggang fourth year mo, yun na po yung momentum stage. So ano yung momentum stage mo? So syempre, continuous leadership development and nagdo-duplicate ka na, nagpaparami ka na ng leaders kasi kaya mo na mag-develop ng leader. Sabi nga ni John Maxwell, di ba? It takes a leader to develop a leader. So kung gusto mo makapag-develop ng leader, kailangan maging leader ka muna. Tama? Kasi yun eh. Kailangan maging leader ka muna. Then last, syempre, 5 years onwards, doon ka na mag-harvest. Tama? Harvest time mo na. You reap what you sow. Tama? So ibig sabihin, have that sa mga bago dito or luma or kumbaga, hindi ko alam kung ilang months ka na, di ba? Have that mindset na it's gonna be a long-term journey. Hindi siya sprint na, hindi siya instant, right? Yes. And once na na-develop mo na yung leadership mo sa sarili mo, kumbaga, leadership, napakalaking, everything rises and falls on leadership. And kaya rin talagang nag-boom ang USANA Philippines because of the leadership of our USANA corporate. Alright? So, ibig sabihin, everything rises and falls on leadership. And yung leadership na makikreate mo, kumbaga, malaking impact yon sa team na i-create mo. Kasi kung kaya nga natutunan ko rin kay Mentor Ryan, kailangan tama yung image mo, yung substance and service. So, yung leadership na talagang gagamitin mo para sa team mo, nakadepende doon yung makikreate niyang culture. Alright? Kasi culture is everything in this business. So, the moment na na-create mo na yung culture, doon lalabas yung result ng team na kinreate mo. And lahat yon babalik pa rin talaga sa leadership mo. Okay? So, yun lang po yung sa akin. And always trust God. Ako po talagang syempre as I end, di ba? I always trust the Lord with everything. Kaya nga ang life verse ko po, Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him and He will make your path straight. And yan, kaya biniless din ni Lord yung USANA business and katulad ng mga nangyari sa atin right now. Kaya yun po yung sa akin. Yan. Thank you po.
So, syempre palakpakan naman natin ang virtual clap sa ating mga speakers. Of course, Emerald Director James Notarte, no? And Executive 2-Star Diamond Director Ryan Tan. Thank you so much for gracing us tonight. So, maraming ipaalam natin sa ating chat box yung inyong mga gratitude or yung inyong mga message of thanks.
Very happy and inspiring to hear you both speak and share your experience. No, ayan, galing sa ating mga very active associates na nasa chat box. No, we are already having a lot of messages, no, na pasasalamat, pa-thank you sa ating dalawang speakers tonight for sharing, no, their wonderful skills, learnings para sa ating mga associates who are in this call.
And syempre, hindi tayo makakaligtas dyan, no? Syempre, as host, no, meron din tayo dapat mga takeaway. So, siguro, umpisahan natin sa ating bagong recruit, no? Sa ating bagong sponsor, si Miss Ethel.
I realized na since MLM is a people business and a numbers business, so nakuha ko kay Sir James talaga yung hindi talaga siya agad-agad walang instant kumbaga kasi yun ang maraming kamalian sa mga fly-by-night na mga multi-level network marketing na mga companies na nakikita natin na nagbibigay ng negative image sa mga MLM. Legit po ang MLM and yun nga hindi lang siya instant. So, for long term siya. Tatrabahuin, bawal ang passive. And leadership talaga ang magmamark ng path mo towards your business building. That's it.
Thank you. How about Sis Mitch?
Okay, ako naman, no, sa syempre we've heard no not only kay James, not only kay Ryan, of course a lot of our associates in USANA na talagang everything starts within you. So yung belief mo kailangan, and since nakapasok ka na sa USANA business, alright, syempre naman before ka pumasok dito, alam mo na kung ano yung pinasok mo, that this is really a legitimate business. Wala po tayong scam dito and everything, and that you have to really believe or kailangan maniwala ka dun sa iyong upline, no? Kasi sila yung hindi ka naman nila they will not hindi ka nila ipapariwara, something like that. Kung tinuturuan ka nila ng kung paano mahit ang iyong Premier Platinum Pay Setter, sundin mo. Kung paano ka mag-run ng mga incentive trips, sundin mo, because this is already for your own good, and these are the key for you to also build your business with USANA. Katulad din nila. Alright? So, yun yung mga natutunan ko ngayon gabi.
And ako naman, no, for me, dun sa nag-resonate sa akin yung sinabi ni Ryan, no, na it's not really just about rank advancement, it's not just about sponsoring people, but really taking time to develop these people, kasi ito yung strength ninyo di ba? In the business, di ba, please do not leave any money on the table. No, so if ever syempre madaling kumita kapag nagre-retail sales. Hindi naman natin maaalis yan, di ba? Dahil ang bilis, no? May tubo ka kaagad. But look at the bigger picture, no? If you continue to strengthen your team, build your organization, then you can leverage more on USANA's compensation plan. No, 12 years in the Philippines, wala tayong binago, no, na major sa ating compensation plan, and up until now, no, yung pa rin yung pinangahawakan natin, 'di ba? Building people, building solid organizations, having consistent income, and icing na lang talaga yung mga travel incentive, yung recognition. Because remember that USANA is here not just for you, not just for this generation. Diba? Kung talagang may mga malasakit po tayong lahat, talagang we will protect, no, whatever it takes, yung ating company by, of course, doing the business right. Nandiyan na yung talagang magbibuild ka ng business and talagang hindi lang ikaw yung kikita. Diba? Because at the end of the day, kapag hindi nag-earn ng inyong mga downlines, kung hindi sila kumikita, then they will lose, you will lose them. No, and they will lose sight of the beautiful opportunity that network marketing has to offer. Okay? And so with that, maraming salamat po. It's a Friday night, no? I'm sure yung iba gusto nang mag-encode, pero nanonood pa rin po sila dito sa ating talk this evening, and we would really encourage, no, everyone to please replay nyo po yung ating mga trainings, go back sa ating mga online business series, because who knows, no, kung sino yung maaantig natin, kung sino yung matatap po natin na leader ninyo, it could be your next Diamond Director. So maraming salamat po on behalf of USANA Philippines. This has been your Senior Sales Manager, Joyce Ramalhosa, signing off, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye, everyone.